All right, warriors, we're going to do a breathing exercise. 5 seconds, 5 Mississippis. What we're going to do is breathe in deep, hold it together, release together. And just make room for today, for this moment, a badass walk on a beach, to have an intellectual conversation for a change. You know, you've been missing having one of those. It's at least a relief to be able to hear each other once in a while, having a conversation, not competitive in spirit, but learning from each other. I want you to stop what you're doing, look at me. We learn wisdom when we shut up to listen. We learn lessons from narcissists. Wisdom learned and lessons learned. Something to think about, warriors. 5 seconds, 5 Mississippis. All this does is open our minds to a new idea. I'll tell you what, let's call it this. How about this? A different approach, a different drop-in, a different style to enjoy thriving, riding the same scary ass wave, but finally pulling it off. Now you're in harmony. That what others fear, just waking up to. Every one of us are at different levels of making sense of what it is you went through dealing with narcissism. And many of you got thrown that curveball because in that same awareness, some of you may have been made aware and researched through a relationship that all of a sudden shit went south for no reason. And then you start connecting dots and went, holy shit, wait a minute, I'm the only one that didn't know this shit? And then you start finding it in family, friends, neighbors, acquaintances, business partnerships. Even long time ago, BFF, you start opening your eyes, you go, what the fuck? That's an orbiter. It's a flying monkey. That's an enabler. And all of a sudden, the labels, and I hate using labels because all of a sudden everybody's a therapist, but so that you remember it, so it doesn't become a brain fart later, I try and use isms, being creative, because that's what we do for each other. Find ways that tickles you to remember it at the proper time. And these 5 Mississippis is to put your mind at ease at the moment you need it to, so that you can see what's obvious in front of you, whether it be the butterfly feel-goods or all of a sudden you're being made to go into a flight or fight feeling. This is going to get you to identify the threat with logical thinking, not emotional, not feelings. That's not the way of someone operating with confidence. And this is what's going to key in that narcissist to back the hell away. Because they now know at what level of understanding you operate in this journey, experiencing a human experience, not a human existence. They're looking for people blindly living. Narcissists do have their place now. They woke your ass up, didn't they? Done me. My stubborn ass was just going against the grain. It was Chico's plan. My stubborn ass should have woke up in my 20s. What the hell? And I kind of did, But in my ego, I thought I knew that. I thought I knew I was woke enough. That's the danger in falling into category as someone who faces a journey in life with an existence of always resenting the opposite gender. You got men and women getting caught up in that shit, in the Confucius of things, enabling themselves to never point the finger at themselves ultimately and finding a common denominator in their picker. You got to fix that picker. 5 seconds. Let's do a breathing exercise. Let's get ready to ride some waves, y'all. Just tickle the mind, man. That's it. It's a journey shared. Maybe not the exact same ride in life, but close enough to know that, oh, you can't make this shit up. Let's do this. 5 seconds, man. Release slowly. All right. Check that shit out, yo. This is what I need you to understand. In order to defeat narcissists and become kryptonite to narcissists, you need to become very indifferent to them. Hurts at first, especially those that are closest to you. But keep in mind, it's only them that could have caused this much hurt, because you had to first give a damn in order for anyone to inflict that kind of hurt. Total strangers, man, they don't bother you. In fact, you don't tolerate crap from nobody else. Narcissists know this, but in order to defeat them, you need to observe how narcissists treat each other. Reverse narcology plays out in the same play plan it takes to defeat the narcissist. Understand, no one knows better how to treat a narcissist than another narcissist. When they get on each other's nerves, I need you to pay attention to tactics that they use against each other. The disrespect, how it starts with joking, how it starts with just gentle slapping. Always testes the waters. Did you see how I slid that in? The slide of testicles. You see, this is how narcissists ease into the nasty portions of conversations. Gently gliding into it. Getting an idea of what's the temperament of grossonosopy that I can take this conversations to. I made that up. But look, you need to be this way, even though it hurts. There will come a point in time when what's going to matter more to you is a simple fact that you got played outweighs the pain of it being family. See, because that was their loss, not yours. You see, now they need to reflect. And if they never do, and if they never even sense that you are a loss, well, then what more validation did you ever need? Being indifferent is going to be kind of like driving down the highway and seeing an accident happen. You don't know who it is. All you see is cars piled up, a couple of gurneys. You look at the news and you see, ooh, yeah, I figured somebody got hurt in that. But you don't know who they are. It didn't affect you. Slow traffic down. When you soon realize that people who cause you harm meant it, and their only regret is that it wasn't successfully executed. Because had their plan gone the way it's supposed to be, y'all were supposed to sacrifice yourselves. you deprive them of being able to mourn you and write the end of your story, your life story. Now, get this too. Getting to know you's healing part in your journey is very important. And what do I mean? Getting along with yourself is going to be easy for you. I want you to understand why. I want to take you back. You learned how to be creative and create healthy distractions for yourself. And you created your own games. You were able to play by yourself and create your own happy place. And with this, as you grew to be an adult, you were able to refine it to become a creative thinker and creator, whether it be arts, crafts, music, poetry, whatever it might be. Whatever interests you have, you pour yourself into with a certain passion. This is what needs to be energized or rekindled in you. And if this is not the direction you're taking after the awareness hits you, then you're going to be stuck in a pattern, stuck in a loop, trying to still figure out why narcissists do what they do or how they think and why they think the way they do. Instead of recognizing the fact that there are people out there that just want to hurt you for being you. No other reason. Their shitty choices in life and their past, they pay a karmic debt for life as consequence, and they don't want others to have the same opportunities that they have in life. They want others to be robbed of the joy that they robbed themselves of for their own choices, and got enough hate for everybody in the world. And all they do is spend the rest of their lives targeting individuals that have it better than they do because they make it look so easy. It's why they look at you with that look of, I'm not as dumb as you think I am. And some of them will tell you what they did in the past, as if seeking a level of forgiveness from someone who's got it that way, to see how pardonable they are in society. Oh, I've breadcrumbed a few just to see how far they take it, before they soon realized it was something I was just paying attention to, because I allowed them to keep digging their own hole. In fact, they were very instrumental in stripping me of the narcissist I was with. Made her look like a trophy to them, to them all. Y'all need to come pick this low-hanging fruit now. Come on. Warriors, narcissists will hustle on each other. And this is why it's easy to set a narcissist up. Because, understand something, they put feelings and the need to fulfill an immediate gratification. That's their addiction. And so they fall for the tricks. Narcissists fall for narcissists. And they will set each other's hustles up because they can't stand somebody one-upping them. Now, look up on YouTube. This is another way they hustle each other. Go to YouTube on the search deal up on top. I'm gonna sound more intelligent, or it's just, you go on there and type in robbing drug dealers, for real, okay? Look this shit up. And once you type that in, hit enter, enter, And then after that, look at the first thing that pops up usually is the police impersonators who rob drug dealers. Watch that video. This is the hustle. What's a drug dealer going to do if they get robbed? Call the police? Victimless crime. This is what they do to each other now. So there's an inner circle that you're not aware of where the players get played. This is what I want you to understand. If this is on YouTube, and it was on national television, I think, that, can you imagine what happens on the DL? Now I'm trying to sound cool. On the DL, the down low, on the down low industry, it happens at all levels of street crimes. Where the criminal hunts the criminal. So you only need worry about those that you observe and witness that wanted to cause you hurt. You're done with. You stick with your own kind. Narcissists fear their own kind. Because this is what they do to each other. They want to destroy each other. See who can destroy who first. And boy, they'll clip each other at the kneecap in a New York second to one-up each other. Now, get this. The narcissists understand the true essence of unconditional love when it's being given. They may not understand how to give it, but they know how to receive it. They're awesome receivers, horrible givers. And so they only understand it at a level of missing it to a certain level when they lose it. And that's that void they're trying to fill. It's not the memory of you, it's the memory of the treatment they were able to milk from you up until the time you snapped out of it and realized, I'm being manipulated by a dumbass with a crown, a narcissist. What you suffer from is also not so much the individual. Once you come into this awareness, you actually, and many of you will even say it repetitively, oh, I don't miss them. I don't miss them. I just want to let them know, give them a piece of my mind. I can relate to that, to a certain degree, the venting process, right? What you suffer from is pulling back a porthole every day of your existence with a person whom you could pour out an abundance of attention that otherwise you'd have to keep to your damn self. It's a flow that can't be contained. Opposite the narcissist. They're an endless bucket full of holes that will never be satisfied. Both having two different kinds of addictions. Once you come into this knowledge, then you're going to be able to separate emotion and this thing you might consider feelings of attachment, trauma bond. You'll be able to deal with that the way it should be, and it will trigger the proper lesson, not a reoccurring experience, which is an emotion. Experience is that bottom lip, where a song comes out and all of a sudden, some narcissist got you convinced that I'm telepathically speaking to you through music, as if they were that good, they'd be writing it, they'd be singing it. Matter of fact, the label would say produced by, dedicated to. Don't be giving these ignorant asses credit where it don't belong. You designate the authority of what message enters your mind. You come into it with balance, and that's what makes you so damn attractive. Your battle's at another level. Warriors, you know this. You know that narcissists want you and others to suffer their karma. They feel they were robbed of their chance, their options, their opportunities. They brought no value to themselves or others and the world around them. And you make life look simple. But they don't know your walk. They don't know what the hell you've been through. They don't know what sacrifices you've had to make, what pain you had to suffer, your tolerance for pain. They do know this much. They know what your tolerance is for ignorance. And that's why narcissists will stand in line. The minute you start talking about how you suffered in childhood, how you were neglected and you were raised by one mama, how you took care of your kids, as your siblings as your own children. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, you just screamed a target to everybody. And then you're going to sit there and wander around acting like, I can't understand why diarrhea of the mouth. You don't even have to articulate yourself well. But that little message right there, oh, that'll draw you in some attention. Not the kind you want. Don't share the narcissist's past. They want you to bail them out of their karma. Actually, if they had it their way, they'd love to transfer it all over to you and just take on your identity. Many of you have seen this one. See the histrionic narcissist? This person here, this one's the homewrecker. This one that cause a divide in a relationship just to take your place and slide in ever so smooth, like they always belong there. Warriors, guard your hearts. Stand your ground. Stay in your lane. Your asses went AWOL. The penalty for that disobedience, and nobody got to repeat that. Nobody ever screams, I want to go through boot camp again. So shake the dirt off your asses, get back in the ranks, hold the line, smile. Because with this awareness, the beauty is, you ain't going to trip up like that again. You know what wisdom is and where lessons are learned. Until you get to a point where you're the one passing out the lessons, then stay where you need to be with your own kind. Learning, being motivated, getting re-energized, getting your mojo back on. You know what I'm saying? You wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Get out there and own it, y'all. You've always had it in you. You know right from wrong. I'm not telling you nothing you don't already know. We're grown. And look, the young adults are opening their eyes unlike no other. The demographic audience that this channel has is growing by leaps and bounds by a younger demographic, which is a very exciting news, because it makes it even harder for toxicity to continue to thrive. They give the illusion of prosperity and fantasies being fulfilled, but you understand it's a lie, because they're connecting with their own kind, and they're lying to each other, accepting that they've identified each other as for who they are. All they've done is tried to team up with someone They can tolerate enough for the long haul because they know hard times are coming. They all looking to settle in resentment and tolerance. Careful, warriors. They're having to adapt and overcome. Narcissists are going to wear a mask a lot longer. The fit is going to be custom fit. Get out there and own it. It's never goodbye. Thanks for your support. Y'all been awesome. Till next time. Namaste.